morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever it is that you see it, because this will be online. Welcome to my class. This is Miss Serbine, and I will be teaching business communication, business math, and English 145. Okay, so welcome. I usually do, if you found me, this means that you read the instructions on your dashboard and that that you read correctly because you found me. So this is my YouTube channel, and this will be our instruction. Okay, basically online courses. I know that everybody sort of doesn't like them, but it is, an advantage because it frees up your time to some degree instead of having to go physically to class. I will try to make it as painless as possible. So please bear with us, right? And really, seize this opportunity. It could free up a lot of your time, and and it could be beneficial to you. So if you come with that mindset that this can be a very beneficial class to you, even though it's online, then you will very much prosper. I will tell you a little bit about myself, but I will tell you about the course as well, and obviously any type of rules and regulations and stuff like that. So if you found me, that means that you found my channel. You do need to subscribe to my channel. This used to be a channel that I used to have for empowerment. That really was a suggestion from one of my students, one of my ex-students, and she told me, and that was a full class. They're like, Miss Owen, you really need to do a podcast. I couldn't figure out how to do a podcast, and so I started doing a channel about empowerment, about topics that I felt that the students needed to hear, and just based on my experiences. And if any of my experiences can help you, because I've gone through a lot, then that will be sort of like a shortcut for you, and you'll be able to understand your path. So I hope that this, so the YouTube channel, when COVID hit, became my classroom. So it was very interesting because it sort of, we diversified, and we were able to have the flexibility to adjust to the circumstance, COVID. And so in spite of like not being able to physically be there, SU did really well in transitioning to an adaptability of their environment, which is like Darwin's theory, survival of the fittest. And I'll give another lecture on that. So welcome. This will be daily attendance. This is called introductory video, okay, where I mention what's expected of the classes, and it's an introductory video of my class and myself and what is expected. So you're gonna have to come to YouTube twice a week, right? And they will be, other than this one, this will be introductory video, but tomorrow it will be daily attendance. So there will be 2 daily attendances per week. Okay, so you're gonna have to come to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna give you sort of the spill of what the week is. Possibly I'm gonna give you, what you're supposed to do and what kind of homework you're supposed to do. I'm probably, touch on some subjects that I think, matter, and do sort of like a quick, hopefully lecture, quick about 20 minutes. So you do need to take notes, and there will be in the video, possibly information about all the classes. So that means that you need to look for your class. Last term, we did really well because one of my students put timestamps, so that really helped. But you do need to go through all the video, or at least all the video, to the section that you, if I mention the classes that you need to address and you need to hear, and this is class, so you need to hear it. If you miss it, right, you're going to be asking questions, and I'm going to know that you didn't watch the video even though you say, okay? So be mindful of that, and you do need to watch the whole video. If it does not have timestamps and I don't specifically mention the classes, then that means it's a collective, message for everyone, and everybody needs to hear the message. So you do a screenshot. So you come to YouTube, you hear me for daily attendance, you comment, hey, Mr. Bean, great to have you back, or wonderful day, or whatever it is that you want to do. A greetings, I'm so-and-so from this class. And then you take a screenshot of your comment on YouTube with my video, right? And I usually know if it's the correct video or not, because it depends on what I'm wearing. And then I usually go back and check on the comments in case there is a discrepancy or a misunderstanding or an incorrect video. So you take a screenshot. That screenshot on YouTube, right, that you commented on YouTube in my channel, that you subscribed, that screenshot you will upload to the link in SU. So you're gonna have to go back to your dashboard. I always have all the daily attendance on week 1. Okay, all daily attendance will be on week 1, so you won't be scrambling to the other week. So week 1 will have all the daily attendance. It will be dated, okay, and that's where you upload the screenshot of your daily attendance. Daily attendance, I think, is worth I think it's 60% of your grade. Okay, I think it's 60%. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, on learning activities, but it's the highest percentage of categories that you will be graded on. So learning activities, I think, is a 60%. Then you have or no, learning activities is 40%, and then you have exams 30%, and then you have assignments 30%. So assignments are 30%, exams are 30%, and learning activities are 40%, and that's how it's going to be categorized. So your daily attendance will be 40%. So part of what I'm teaching you and part of what you're going to have to go through is just showing up. Sometimes in life, excuse me, I'm kind of crooked here. Sometimes in life is just about showing up. So that's what you're going to learn in my class. Okay, now I do have 2 YouTube channel. So this is Miss Celine, and that's the school channel. All right, not the school channel, my channel that has to do with class. And then I have another one called Miss Celine Dream Interpreter, and I'll get to that later. Okay, but that is not the YouTube channel that you will be watching. You will be watching Miss Celine. Okay, and I still have a lot of people that have not subscribed, so please do so. Okay, that way I can sort of keep tabs on if everybody's here. All right, so so that's about daily attendance. I will also have a discussion board, possibly on a weekly basis, not possibly, on a weekly basis. Is it weekly basis? Yeah. And so usually it's just a clip of about empowerment video that you're going to have to watch, and just mention how it, how it moved you, or what it is that you saw in the video, or how it affected you, or how you related to it. Okay. Or how, whatever it is that they're mentioning corresponds to possibly an experience in your life. So that's very important. It will not be graded. Okay. But it is important for you to, comment on it. You need to comment on the discussion board, and then later comment on 2 other classmates' comments that you have. So comment yourself and then 2 other classmates. Okay, I'm kind of crooked, so my apologies. So I think that's it. So anyway, so that's discussion board. You need to comment, and then comment on 2 other ones. Even though I'm not giving you a grade, it is part of the standards that we need to meet. If you do not comment and I do not get a response on that, what they're going to make us do is that I'm going to have to give you a grade for it. So up to you. We can work together, and this is a collaboration about working together and getting you the best grade, so that way you can have a higher GPA and learning whatever it is that you need to learn. My classes are general ed. I'm sorry to bore you. I know that you guys are in medical, right? So you guys want to get into like drawing blood and all sorts of stuff, but we do have to go through our general ed, and that's part of the reason that you have to have these courses. It's just part of the curriculum that's mandated, by the state. So be mindful of that. It really has nothing to do with the school. So, so it's just part of your certification and determining that we can certify you. Okay. So, so I try to make it as easy and as quick and as painless as you can. Everything that you will be reviewing, except for business communication, you've seen possibly like in high school or elementary. So it shouldn't be a problem to you. As long as you turn something in, I will give you a grade. If you don't turn anything in, I am not going to give you a grade. I do not take late work, but if life happens, or you're dying, or you have COVID or whatever, speak up, and you need to communicate with your professors, and we will accommodate, and we will make all the effort to allow for you to turn in your grade, your homework, okay, your assignment that's late. Now, be conscientious. People think it's a right. It's not. It's totally on the teacher's discretion. Even if you get authorization for approval from administration, you still have to get authorized by your teacher. So be mindful. They're giving you, they're giving you an opportunity to turn in late work, and they don't have to. Okay, it is very cumbersome on teachers to go back, regrade, find you in their classes, and then grade you. you, okay? So be mindful of that. We also have deadlines, and that's part of the reason that, we don't like late work. Besides, it's not fair for everybody else that got in the work, okay? So that, the other thing about that is there's something about the grades that I was going to say, and I forgot. It'll come to me. This is the way I work, all right? So daily attendance, discussion board. I will be having to do the list of groups for Teams. If you do not have Teams, please download Teams. I communicate through Teams tremendously. I text. That is my preference of communication. So if you need to communicate with me, please do so in Teams. If you want an immediate response, unless I'm in the bathroom or driving or something like that, I will not respond right away. But if you text me through Teams, I will respond. Another way of immediately, okay? That is my preference, okay? When you have all these different platforms, Teams, email, YouTube, there's another one that we have that we can communicate, Microsoft, I think. That was email. So it's hard for me to, if you're telling me and then I see it, but then I forget and I'm trying to look for you based on whatever it is that you send me, that's going to be a problem because I won't be able to find you. So make sure that you communicate specifically through Teams. I do take communication through email. It will take me a day to communicate. I usually check my emails once a day. So that, and then of course there's the bubble, which is the chat. The chat is cumbersome for me because in my iPad, it overlaps on the top menu, so I can't really see it. I usually have to go into my desktop to view the chats, which becomes a problem because I usually don't use my desktop, okay? So be mindful and be patient because chats and emails will take me a full day to respond. If you text me through Teams, I will respond immediately. So I will be creating the Teams for the classes and we will be having a Teams meeting once a week, okay? They're very discouraging to me, to tell you the truth, because nobody ever shows up. I understand that the schedules, are conflictive, and some of you have other classes that you have on campus that they're called resident classes, and so we'll see how it goes, and I usually do meditation after the classes, so most of the people that show up to the classes really for the meditation, but I don't care how you get there. If you guys get there, that'd be great. There is pertinent information that I discuss during the Teams meeting, and it's sort of like a mini lecture and an explanation of what I feel is very pertinent into the homework and the assignments that you've done that you will not see or in the book, right? Because I have the knowledge, and or explicitly about certain aspects of what you read that I need to highlight, that I go in depth about. So you're paying for this. What you're paying for in terms of your teacher is to have the expertise of your teacher, okay? Online and as is college, it's basically your responsibility to learn and your responsibility to get through the material, okay? So if you get a bad teacher, whatever, it is what it is. It's sort of life. We try to do our best to explain as best as we can. So, sometimes we're good in some subjects and sometimes we're not all that great in others. And so just like you guys, okay? So be mindful of that and we'll try to get through it as best as we can. My class, I try to make it as easy and painless as I can, so that way you have a very high grade in my class, because that way it will help your GPA. It'll help you sustain if you have a 4.0, but most importantly, if you're struggling with another class, it'll help you bring up your grade and your GPA and not lower your GPA so much. So once you see my class as that is an opportunity to really get 100% of grade and really stabilizing your GPA, you'll be more grateful and you'll be more conscientious and more respectful of my class, and you'll get the stuff that I'm asking you to get done. It's not that much. Or I try not to make it that much, okay? And it's not much what I ask you, so it's important for you to get that. So that also, when you're communicating with me, please mention your class and your section. So what that means is that you have to mention like English 145, A500, or English 145, A503, or business communication A500, or business math like a a business math 110 A500, okay? So make sure that you mention the section. I have usually on an average of students per semester, 300 students. So when you text me and you tell me, hey miss, I'm in English 145, here's the work that you approved, I have no idea where you are at, and I'm not going to sift through my 300 students to figure out where you're at. So I will ask again, if you send me a text that way, what section you're in, and until you answer and I get on my computer or my iPad to make the modifications or do whatever it is that I need to do in reference, if there's a discrepancy or I had to grade a late grade or whatever, then your grade will not be changed. So it is in your best interest to give me all the information right away so that I can, and everything that I need, so when I get to do the grades and anything that I need, the corrections that I need to do, I can go to it directly. Now, I grade specific on certain days, okay? So if you get a text for me and I'm grading and I'm asking a question, or I'm asking what section you're in, and you don't respond to me, and then you respond to me later, I'm probably not going to, you've already missed your opportunity for me to correct it there. So you're going to have to wait till I start grading again. Okay. So, and if I'm adjusting your grade, right, or grading it, that means that you missed your deadline. So now it's on my time. Okay. Because then, I'm having to redo all this other stuff. So just be conscientious of texting me through Teams. And then, of course, mentioning your section, it'll make things go faster and quicker. Also, it is your responsibility that if I'm missing something, or I screwed up, or there's something pending that you sent, and I haven't corrected it, or I haven't given you the grade, that you very politely remind me, okay, until I get it changed, okay? I will change it, but we're all human. I have a lot of stuff going on. Not to say that you guys aren't important, but we get busy. So it's important for you to make sure that you're on top of me without, being conceited or pushy, which was a skill that I'm teaching you as well, but just being polite and just sort of like, hey, miss, just to remind you, or you reminded me, you asked me to remind you to please correct so-and-so, and I'm so-and-so on, English 145, A500 or whatever, okay? So politely remind me what it is that I need to do and if I've gotten it done, all right? So that's it. Let's see, I think that's it in terms of stuff that we have to get done. YouTube will be our lifeline, as well as Teams videos, okay, chats. And so it's important that you show up and you listen to them. It's part of your obligation and your responsibilities. There was something else I was going to say. If you know of people that have my class that have never had me before and they're struggling, please guide them to the YouTube channel, because YouTube is the lifeline. So if they don't know about the channel, they're not going to know about anything else, okay? So that's that. I will be setting up the Teams meeting, so the Teams group, so I will probably be doing that this week. I really should have done it last, but I don't like to do that because I want to start the first day, and that way I make sure that all the lists are correct. The other thing about that is that I will not be doing assignments today, just so everybody can get in, and we will be probably starting up assignments tomorrow. Okay, learning activities will be done, will be due all the way up until Wednesday. Okay, is the deadline, midnight. What I do is that you only tomorrow for the daily attendance, you'll probably only have 1 day or two to get it in, because remember, I have to grade it. It doesn't take much, and you can do it whenever it is that you have time. It's really quick and simple. It's an easy way to take roll. I can justify it. I can also respond really quick with a heart or whatever comment that I have, and so it's a way of justifying that you're attending class, which is very important and very difficult to do once we're online. So that's one. So I will be giving homework tomorrow and telling you what the homework is, okay? Be mindful, some of the thing might be incorrect on your dashboard. If that's the case, just be patient with me. That means I probably missed it. Some of the classes are auto-populated, and I've tried as best to clean it up, but sometimes you can't edit your own work, and that's what you sort of learn in English. So be patient on that, okay? Or if there's another teacher's name on that, that means it was auto-populated by someone else. Don't chill, just give me a heads up, hey miss, or if the dates don't match or something like that, just let me know, okay? Or unless I do like a link and the dates are all screwed up and you can't get to it, you know. Things happen. Like today I did the links and they double linked, so I had to like go back and erase it. You will be receiving the links on the homework on a weekly basis, and they're going to be hopefully corresponding to the week that you're in. Okay, so that's really important. I think English 145 and business communication is online. Okay, you have a book icon there, so it's part of your bookshelf. And then business math will be a hard copy. I highly recommend that you go and pick up your copies. The book room is notorious for running out of books, so please make sure that you go as quickly as you can in order to get it. If you have COVID and you are unable to go pick up your books, the book room is really good about like doing really like flexible stuff, so they'll leave the stuff outside, or if I think you might be able to send someone to go pick it up or something like that. Okay, so que no se les cierre el mundo, so don't let the world, you know, close up on you. Find solutions to be able to navigate through your problems. Okay, and if someone doesn't find a solution for you, then you find it for yourself, because it's in your best interest. So if the book room says, well, you can't come because you have COVID, we'll figure out a way. Okay, because in the end it's you're the one that's interested in finding a solution. So that's it. So just make sure you pick up your books, that you navigate through your dashboard, and that you find your books. English 145, make sure that you know how to get through your book. Okay, that's really important. And sometimes I have hard copies as well as digital, but I'm referencing hard copies when I'm usually referencing the book, so they might be off. So, you know, just be patient with that. Okay, so a little bit about myself, and we're at, you know, minute 21 or whatever, so please be patient, take notes if you need to with all the other stuff that was said. It's a lot of stuff that needs to be communicated. Okay, and thank God that we have YouTube and you can see me. I don't see you, so that's another thing. I have a lot of students. Remember that I'm really bad at like names and stuff like that. So don't assume that I know who you are. So if you're like missing stuff and you think you're going to be good with me, you probably are not. And I'm probably going to be very harsh with you because you're just not turning in stuff. So be mindful that I probably don't know who you are if I've had you before and I can't see you other than your name. It'd be really nice if you guys really had like pictures that really represented yourself, and that everybody sort of uploaded a picture of yourself, so that way I could relate. Okay, so be mindful of that, because sometimes I don't know, there's just so many students and all I get to see is names. Okay, so when I do online, I just have the name. Okay, and I do remember some names from past, but sometimes I don't. So don't take it personal. It's just something that I have. There's people that are really good with faces and names and stuff like that. I'm not necessarily good with names. Okay, so please be patient with that. So what else was I gonna say? I think that's it. Now a little bit about myself. I am your teacher, so it's important to mention these. You know, in the past they used to say that I was really snobby because I used to tell them that this and this and that. So it's part of protocol for you all to know what, you know, my qualifications are to teach this and what it is that I have in terms of degrees and stuff like that. Okay. But before we get to that, I just want to thank you and commend you, because, you know, you all are here and you showed up, and that's what life is about. Life is about showing up. It's about expanding your world. It's about expanding yourself. It's about becoming stronger in knowledge and who you are and what it is that you want to accomplish. You know, whatever it is that you acquire, knowledge is power, as Mickey Mouse used to say, right? Knowledge is power. And so once you have your knowledge, nobody can take it away from you. Once you have your certifications, once you have your degrees, nobody can take that away from you. Somebody can take a title away from you, right? If you're whatever, CEO, or if you're this or you're that. But your certifications, your knowledge, your degrees, nobody can take that away. And you don't have to have like knowledge that is a PhD. You can have knowledge on how to, you know, use a screwdriver or a saw or whatever. And that's something that nobody can take away from you. So that's what you're building in this lifetime, okay? Because I believe in reincarnation, and so I believe that life is not, school is not life, life is school. So we are here in this lifetime to learn and to expand. And all that we need to take care of and worry about is ourself. We have our families, but first we have to work on ourselves, expanding ourselves and becoming the best version of ourselves. And once that happens, then everything falls into place, okay? So this is about knowledge and expanding and becoming the best version and the best that you can be. And that's what life is about, okay? And so with that, I'm very, very spiritual, okay? So we will be talking about awakening and being the best version of yourself, and lots of reflectiveness and lots of, ability to be able to not be triggered, and why it is that we're triggered, or why it is that we, respond the way we respond, and why we're overwhelmed with emotion or not, because, if we're not, then maybe we're blocking ourselves out. So we're going to be discussing a lot about life, and I will be teaching you about life, but it is through content that I will do so, okay? So we will learn what we need to learn, but you will be expanding your being, and that's what life is about. So congratulations, because you're here, you showed up, you went and registered. Some of you are like halfway through, or on your third or fourth semester, you're going, there's progress, and that's what life is about, showing up to life and doing the hard things. Does everybody like school? No, hardly nobody likes school. Does anybody like to study? No, hardly anybody likes to study. Does anybody like tests? No, but you have to do it in order to expand, in order to learn, okay? So I commend you that you're here, that you're getting up, you're showing up, and that's what life is about. It's about showing up. And so how do you want to show up to your life? Because this is your life. You can either waste it or expand it, so that way the next lifetime you're in a better place. Because I feel that we're in this lifetime to learn, and if we don't learn, it's like failing a class. You have to take it and do it over again. So in reincarnation, if you're here and you haven't learned your life, the next time you come into a lifetime, you're going to be repeating it, and it usually gets harder and harder because your lessons get harder because you didn't get it. Imagine going through a lifetime and not getting it. No, thank you, right? I don't want to go through this lifetime again, and I don't want to go through my difficulties again. I get it. I get it. I get it, right? I got the assignment, as they say in Instagram. Okay, so a little bit about myself, or a lot. I have a master's in education. I have a degree, a bachelor's in journalism PR. I have over, I think it's going to date me, but probably about 25 years of, or a little bit over, maybe I'm at 26 years of education experience. I have certifications in bilingual. I have certifications in early childhood and dual language. Okay, I was I'm a retired high school principal. I've also been an elementary principal. I've been a kindergarten teacher, and I have middle school experience as well. And when I retired, I had the opportunity to come to Southwest, and so here we are. So that's my educational background. When I retired, I went into real estate. So I am also a commercial real estate broker, and I'm probably one of I'm probably one of the only females that has their LLC and has their real estate company. And of course, I'm the only one, right? Because I don't need anybody else right now, because I'm not that big. Not because I don't need anybody, but I'm just not that big. But I am one of the only female brokers that does commercial real estate, okay? I have secured over 41 million in contracts for my clients. So, it was very hard, but I'm coming along with my business, okay? So my business is Lucia Servin and Servin LLC, and so I am a real estate commercial broker. I've been a broker. I've been in real estate for about 7 years. I've been a commercial real estate broker for about 2, I think. I just barely got it because I had to stay in real estate 5 years before I could get my brokerage. So really, really excited about that endeavor, and just chugging along and working, right? Because I showed up. So that, the other thing is, if you guys have any questions about brokerage and about real estate, and I do deal with a lot of very affluent people that are very well to do. They live very differently. So if you're curious about that and you have questions, just let me know, and if I can answer them, I most definitely will. I am also very spiritual, and I'm psychic, and I'm a dream interpreter. I'm claircognizant, clairvoyant, and clairsentient. Those are heavy duty words, but anyway, so I also have another business, and it's Miss Being Dream Interpreter, and I interpret dreams. I don't have that many subscribers as I don't in my school, right? Although I reached 1,000 and then lost a couple, so I don't know. I can't seem to sustain any specific number. So if you all can help me out, that would be great. But I have another YouTube channel, and it's called Miss Being Dream Interpreter. I do dream interpretations there. I also do oracle and tarot readings. I do tarot readings on the weekend. Don't get scared. I do that on the weekends in the farmers market. I do have some students that come for guidance, and so if you come, most definitely, I will most definitely, welcome you. I also have an Instagram. You can follow me at Miss Bean, and I do daily oracles there as well. That is also a business that I profit from and am growing. Okay, so I have two businesses that I'm growing: my brokerage, and of course my esoteric, my psychic, business. So doing fairly well with that. If you'd love to join me on Instagram and YouTube, I would love it. I most definitely appreciate it. I'm not very good at the social media, but I'm trying my best to be there. Okay, and that's all you can do, right? Try your best. All right, so usually I, give meditation after class. So I have a lot of students showing up for that. Not a lot, but a little bit. So anyway, if you have a dream, be sure to mention it, and I will most definitely interpret it, okay? So I think that concludes our time here. I welcome you. So excited for this term. It's going to be an incredible 2022. Lots of prosperity, lots of foundation, lots of progression is going to be for the collective, for everybody, especially after what happened with the pandemic, and lots of awakening. And they call it, I think we're in the time of Aquarius. I'm not an astrologer, so I don't necessarily know on that, so please forgive me if you are and I'm misquoting, but it's going to be an incredible year. So hold on for the ride. Namaste, love and light. Get a hold of me if you have any questions. I usually answer really quick. Ciao.